Man, it's Texas. It's a driveway. Smoke that good. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's Tuesday, NBA Talk with Jay, man. Obviously, the Nuggets got smashed yesterday, but still went to the game, man. Enjoyed myself. Didn't have too much on the game, man. So I could kind of tell in the first quarter, they just don't have nothing for them boys. But I don't really cry over spilled milk. See what I'm saying? Cashed in the Knicks in the first quarter, man. It was still a good day, man. It was still a good day. I always want to tell people, never bet more than you can afford to lose, and you won't be too pissed off the next day. You see what I'm saying? So whether you win, whether you lose, but obviously this means bigger towards the losses, because then you won't be too pissed off. You see what I'm saying? So went to the game, man. Enjoyed myself. Saw them boys fold as well. And really, I don't even really like that team, to be honest with you. So it kind of even almost made me happy. So I'm saying, but I had to go see Anthony Edwards and the boys. I never talk about yesterday's games, but Nuggets got absolutely nothing for him, man. And for the people that watched the beginning of the show as well, just some info. Reggie Jackson he looked pretty bad. He looked pretty hurt. He went to the locker room. He could barely even walk to the locker room by himself. So just a little bit of info. If it's something that you want to target for the next game, I never talk about yesterday's game. Next game is not until Friday, but that's just a little bit of info. I was sitting right there by that tunnel. He could barely even get to the locker room himself. You see what I'm saying? So I'd be surprised if he played again. You see what I'm saying? But let's get straight down to business, man, to today's games. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's all love. I appreciate everybody for keeping positive vibes as well. Obviously, some people are going to have negative vibes. They're going to try their best to bring negative vibes to you, man. It's crazy because I'm noticing people just more and more often, people will try to text me, people will be messaging me and stuff, and it seems good, man, but they really people have alternate intentions, you see what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. I appreciate everybody as well. We still living well, and we got a couple games today, and we finna talk about them, my guys. Let me see which one is the first one up. All right, first game up. Let's go over to the streets of Boston in this one. Celtics laying 12.5 points at the house versus the Cavs. In this one, Cavs coming off a 7-game series, grueling 7-game series as well. We see Garland a little banged up. We see Donovan Mitchell a little banged up. Strus is he looks nothing like that Miami Heat Strus over there, man. It's kind of crazy. Some of them teams, the Heat just turn players into something different. Then they'll go to another team, get a huge contract, and look totally different, man. So obviously they're probably going to be missing Jared Allen as well. This total was sitting at 208, and now it's up to 211, and the line is even going more towards the Celtics as well. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I hadn't checked to see if he's officially out, but it doesn't matter because that's basically telling me with that line movement right there that Jared Allen is probably out. I think they were saying that he couldn't even lift his arm in a few of one of those other games. You see what I'm saying? I think they were saying that he couldn't even. So I don't see anything official, but the fact that he didn't play in Game 7 kind of tells me Jared Allen is probably really fucked up. They were saying that he couldn't even lift his arm up, which means his rib is really bad. We know that there's probably going to be a lot more easy buckets for the Celtics in the paint here, but they really shoot a ton of threes. The Celtics are nothing for me here, man. Obviously, this line will open up at 10.5. It's up to 12.5 now. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics won this game by 20 points, to be perfectly honest with you, man. Teams that's coming off of Game 7 have not really fared well in that Game 1. Obviously, you give everything that you have. It's a long, grueling series. You had to take it as far as you could, and then they have to travel as well. So Game 5 in Cleveland, went to Orlando, back to Cleveland. Now, Cleveland to Boston isn't a far trip, but you're still traveling damn near every single day. Only a 1 day of rest in between every game as well, and only 1 day of rest coming off the 7-game series as well. Not really enough time to game prep. You're still kind of happy that you just won that first round series. You see what I'm saying? So it's got to be the Celtics or nothing in this one. It's tough to lay double digits, but the Celtics have it's always rest versus rust. Obviously, will we be surprised if the Celtics came out a little rusty to start this game? I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever, but I know when it's all said and done, when it gets towards the fourth quarter, when the Celtics knock off the rust, when they knock off the booze or whatever, and the Cavs, that's probably going to be the top spot when they run out of gas as well. You see what I'm saying? Late in this fourth quarter here. So this is probably like a throwaway game versus the Cavs. They know they finna probably get smoked in this particular game. I think Cavs team total under is the way to look in this particular game, man. Obviously, even if you're rusty, you still have a ton of energy to throw towards the defensive side in this game. Now I know that Porzingis is not in there for the Celtics, and it'd be interesting to see if they're starting Horford, because in my opinion, there's not their best defensive lineup, because Horford is not, because like if you have Tatum at the 4, Horford at the 5. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm driving to the fucking basket. You see what I'm saying? I'm driving on Horford's old ass. But hopefully they would start Tillman. You see what I'm saying? They still got Tillman. That would be much more of a defensive lineup, in my opinion. But if they do start Horford, that would kind of scare me a little bit as far as taking the under here and Cavs team total under. But I still feel like perimeter. Like, how do you beat the Cavs? You lock them down on the perimeter. Karis LeVert coming off the bench. Donovan Mitchell. Darius Garland, who's been kind of beating himself. And then Strus. I'm not going to say let him shoot, but I mean, damn, my guy, I don't know what Cuz got going on, but Strus is just really kind of filling off. So the way I'll be looking here is Cavs team total under. Even if they do come out with something, I still feel like when it comes to the full game, I don't see them touching 100 points. I don't think they'll get past 95 points in this particular game. I do lean to the Celtics, obviously kind of losing 2 points of value, but I do expect the Celtics come out in game 1 like they did versus the Heat and just kind of send a message. It's sending a message to the league. It's sending a message to the Cavs like, y'all can't fuck with us. You're not winning this series, and let's punch you in the mouth early. So obviously game 2 and game 3, Celtics kind of like to play with their food, but for this game 1, they have a ton of energy, have a ton of rest as well. You just hope that they don't come out too rusty, because the Celtics shoot a ton of threes. When they're making them, they smoking teams by 30 and 40. When they're missing them, they do look like an average NBA team, not going to lie to you, especially when they're not at full strength without Porzingis out there. He's going to be out for the whole series as well, guys. So Jared Allen's out on one side, which means the Celtics can also get some easy baskets on the inside versus the Cavs. You see what I'm saying? But Celtics, I'll be looking at Celtics, and I'll be looking at Cavs on the team total under in that game, my guys. Let's go over to the street to OKC in this one, man. I got a special jacket on. I mean, it's just like, kind of like if you know, you see what I'm saying? Now, the Mavs are the underdog in this series. I don't agree with it, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll probably be taking it game by game. Game ones are the hardest for me to figure out, because the two teams are just kind of filling each other out. You see what I'm saying? You never know what you're going to get in that game one. We kind of saw with the Knicks Pacers yesterday. The Pacers were kind of on the Knicks' ass at first, man. And some very favorable calls. This is really the only reason why the Knicks won that game. Pacers were kind of on their ass, man. You see what I'm saying? So game one, I know a lot of people land the points full game with the Knicks yesterday. The Pacers came out there and was like, we got something for y'all. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not lying. I do think that the Mavs, now whether I think they're a better team or not, they still got to win in the 7-game series. You see what I'm saying? So I do think the Mavs win this series. That's just me personally. Anything could happen, but I do think the Mavs, as long as they can stay healthy, I think they're a little bit more veteran team. I know the Thunder are hungry, but I think the Mavs, I think that you know what I'm saying, I think they get it done in this one. I don't agree with them being the underdog in this series as well. Now, obviously, if they lose this game, you're going to get a much better price with the series as well. But sometimes what you have to do, you have to put a little something on that team as well in game one, just in case they win. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like the Wolves with game one as well versus the Nuggets. Like, if you wanted them to win a series, you kind of have to take some game one just in case they so you can't always just sit there and hope that they lose though. And because if they do win, then that price is gone. You're never going to see it again. You dig what I'm saying? So I do lean to the Mavs here, getting the 3.5. Thunder are a great team. They have a great bench as well, and they got shooters as well. I don't think they have the size to mess around with the Mavs, like with them having Gafford and Lively. Like when Chet Holmgren's going to have to play the whole game, because when you got Lively on the when he's coming off the bench and the Thunder don't really have a big coming off the bench, that's when the Mavs could really clamp up here. They just got to guard the three-point line. They can't be letting guys like SJ is going to do his thing. Lou Dort, I mean, he's wishy-washy. He's all over the place. But Giddey, hide your daughters. You see what I'm saying? But regards to that, Isaiah Joe, guys like Case and Wallace, these are the guys that's going to be the X factors for the Thunder coming off the bench. And role players do usually play a lot better at the house, to be perfectly honest with you. See what I'm saying? So this game it's all on the Thunder if they can make threes. Other than that, I do think that the Mavs have some guys like Derrick Jones Jr., that they can neutralize SGA. SGA is going to get his points. You see what I'm saying? And it's all on how the game is reffed as well. You see what I'm saying? If they're calling those ticky-tack fouls for SGA, it's going to be a long night. And it's depending on if Luka's going to get the foul calls as well, because we know when he gets the foul calls, they're damn near unstoppable. When he's not getting them, he doesn't even want to get back on the floor and play no defense or whatever, and it gets in his head. You see what I'm saying? And he just kind of like stops playing his actual game because he knows that he's not going to get the foul call. So this is a game that you kind of watch, see how it's reffed, maybe make a live bet. I do lean to the Mavs in this one. I do think they can win this series as well. But this one, obviously, the home teams have played really well the Thunder have played really well at the house. They're coming off a sweep. They've been off for a while. But I do think the Mavs, like overall team, I think they got a lot more experience, a lot more veteran guys, and they know that this is probably like Kyrie, Luka. This is probably one of their best chances to get back to the conference finals over there. You see what I'm saying? So I do think the Mavs get the job done in this series, and it's kind of one of those to where you maybe have to put a little something on them in game one, just in case they do win the series. If they do lose this game, then you'll get a lot better series price, and I'll be, you know what I'm saying? I'll be putting some on that one, man. So I'd be looking towards the Mavs in this game. But I mean, if the Thunder, like I say, the game's going to go how it's riffed. If Luka's not getting the foul calls and SGA's getting them, it's going to be a long night, and the Thunder fuck around, win the game by double digits. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a tough spot. The money has come in on the over in this one. I saw some sharps hitting this one at 216. It's up to 218. The money is on the over in this particular game, guys. So whichever team, I feel like if whatever team you feel like gets it done, you could take their team total over. But it's going to be a really great series. I could see this series going 6 or 7 games, but this is not the Pelicans here. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, the Mavs got shooters. They got just a good enough defense as the Pelicans, and they got shooters, and they got 2 offensive guys. Like, you're not messing around with Brandon Ingram over here that's disappearing. You got Luka and Kyrie to deal with, and then PJ Washington might have a really good series here as well, playing like that stretch forward. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a really great series. Can't wait to watch this game. But this is a special jacket that I have on. I'm just gonna say that, man. So time for me to get out of here, man. I'd be looking at the Cavs team total under today. I think that's a really good spot, under 99.5. The Celtics should come out here and handle business, and I think it's gonna be mainly on the defensive side. If I feel like they come out here and lock these boys down, Darius Garland, like if you're shutting down Garland and Donovan Mitchell and make the rest of the team beat you, you're gonna have a lot of success here. But only thing is with laying the points with the Celtics here, which this line has gotten a little bit higher since it opened at 10.5, 11. You just worry about them coming out a little bit rusty because they are a 3-point shooting team. They're like the Warriors. When they're knocking down threes, they're not losing to anybody. But when they're missing them, they look a little bit more like average Joes. But defensively, I expect them to bring the top-tier defense in this one. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday as well. I mean, these guys can lock up. They have the tools to shut down the Cavs on the perimeter. So I'd be looking at Cavs full game team total under 99.5. And I couldn't even talk you off the first half Cavs team total under as well. I think the Celtics come out here and clamp down as well, my guys. But just a little bit of advice, you guys. Obviously, you never bet too much and you can afford to lose. And if you can't afford to lose any money, you shouldn't be betting. So I'm saying I've been doing this for a while. I've been there where I was betting money to where I didn't have to lose, man. I know that a lot of people are probably should be calling the gambler problem, but I mean, this is what we do. But I just wanted to let you know, like, if you're betting with your rent money or your car money or something like that, like, just sometimes the best bet is no bet whatsoever. So there's plenty of days where I kind of just stay off and don't bet anything, and I kind of just watch. You see what I'm saying? So just a little bit of word of advice for you guys, because I know there's a ton of like young people and stuff, and they're betting, even though they're betting $10, $5, $10, $20. You see what I'm saying? They still get super mad and they like the world is over when they lose their bet. So I would say don't even bet if you're going to feel like that. Always think about it. Be smart and think like there's always a possibility of you losing. Nothing is a guaranteed lock. It's another thing. I don't agree with some of these capping service saying like guaranteed picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing is guaranteed, my guys. It's such a facade there, but it's all love. Go download the Action Network app, man. Plenty of guys over there putting out plays for WNBA, NBA props. See what I'm saying? Things that I don't really talk about on this show. They have content over there, shows, props, all that good stuff, man. It's Us Against the Bookies, man. I hope you guys win with whatever you're doing. Win at life, win at betting, win if you're going to the gym, all that good stuff, man. It's all love. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope everybody has a great day, and I'm out. Let's go.